doing?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you. I hope to have an exciting section today.
Looking forward to it.
Hello, Mr. Bankole.
Good afternoon. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good
It's nice to
afternoon,
have you
Esther.
here.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, Mr. Adewale. Well, nice to have you all here. So I think we're starting in the next 2 minutes. I just want other speakers to come on board so we don't have to go back again. So let's just, and please, can we all put on our video so I can see our handsome and beautiful faces? Nice to meet you, Abimbola. Hello, Adiola. Nice to meet you. I can't hear you, Adiola. Hello, Mr. Adewale.
Good
Mr.
afternoon.
Bankole, good afternoon. Hello. Hope you're having a nice day. So we just need the other speakers to join and we'll just start. But before that, let's just interact. Let's just say hi to your day going. So just tell me what's happening. Like, hope you're excited to be on the session. Okay, can you hear me? Because I can't hear anyone.
Sure, we can hear you.
Okay, so we just have one more speaker to come on board. And who's that speaker? Okay, Mr. Benga. We're waiting for Mr. Benga. So in the next 1 minute, if he's not online, we're going to start. So we'll just join us. Let's see them here. Okay. I'll just put a call across to him. So let me know if he's coming now so we can start. So I'll be right back. The moderator would have handled it. But whichever way, I hope to have an exciting session with you all. So this is another welcome to another session of SME Clinic. It's a session we do every month and the last Thursday of every month because we want our SMEs to be aware of the different things they need to make their business grow. And that's why we have this month as a benefit of insurance for SMEs. And in no particular order, I'm just going to call on our speakers to introduce themselves. Just introduce yourself for 1 minute. Tell us your name and what you do, the company you work with. Just introduce yourself basically. So I'm going to start with Abimbola. Hello, Abimbola. Can you please introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, my name is Onyoluka Bimbola. I work with Fast Credit Finance Company Limited. I'm the divisional head SME banking. And, I have over 20 years experience in banking, commercial commercial banks, finance houses, and the likes. And I love to talk SME. I love to talk investments. I have a passion for people, developing businesses, um, giving our quota. As an organization, we are passionate about the Nigerian consumers, consumer lending, SME lending, public sector and private sector lending, which is part of business that we're into. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a fantastic session today.
Thank you so much, Abimbola. I'm also looking forward to a fantastic section. Thank you so much. Mr. Adewale, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Or good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Adewale Talal. I work with Coronation Insurance and have been in the business of marketing for over 15 years now, especially retail SME and direct sales / digital marketing. So I'm glad to be here to share my idea on on today's topic. So I hope we have an interactive section.
Thank you, Mr. Adewale. Mr. Bankole, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. So my name is Bankole Banjo. So I look after the Sanlam Alliance Nigerian brand as the marketing and corporate communications manager. In a nutshell, I'm the brand's official makeup artist. I make the brand look good. So I'm extremely passionate about insurance. I've been in the industry for 10 years. I've started out in advertising. I've literally sold every and anything. The only thing I've not sold so far is a church or a mosque, but everything else I've had cause to be involved in the advertising or marketing communication. So I'm delighted to be here. I like to break down insurance in an easy to relate everyday language. So I look forward to a very exciting session this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bankole. We have Miss Adeolu. Are you still online? Because I can't see you. Miss Adeola, can you please introduce yourself? Sorry for the mistake in your name.
All right, I'm online. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adeola Olaniyan, and I'm a business systems architect, and I'm also the founder of adeolaniyan.co, which is a management consultancy where I work directly with businesses as their strategic architect. I help them build systems that are lean, smart, scalable, and investor magnetic. I've spent nearly 2 decades in operations and executive leadership across different industries like telecoms, e-commerce, renewable energy, fintech, and so on and so forth. And through those years, I've developed what I call operational intelligence, which is OI for short. So it's basically a framework for building businesses that are 90% proactive and predictive and only 10% reactive. So through this operational intelligence, I help organizations move from firefighting mode to foresight by creating structures that don't just survive, but dominate. So at the core of my work is a simple philosophy that is businesses can live forever. That's if they are built intelligently. My mission is basically to make operational intelligence and intelligence the new standard in Africa and beyond, and to show that chaos is always optional when your systems are designed right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Adeola. Thank you, everyone. We wouldn't have gotten any better speakers than you all here on this platform. Thank you so much for gracing this platform. So, we're going to start. We're just going to dive into it because we know that insurance is like a safety net that protects people, businesses, because from unforeseen circumstances, unexpected events, no one plans for what is going to happen, because if we're to plan, we always plan for the good part. Nobody's planning for unexpected events. Nobody's planning for any crisis. But I feel like a lot of SMEs don't know the reasons for insurance. They feel insurance is just like wasting money. Like, I don't know, but I think that is the more reason why we have this topic, the benefit of insurance for SMEs. So I want our speakers to help us do justice to this topic because we have a lot of SMEs watching this online, and let them know the benefits of why they need insurance for their businesses. So, in no particular order, I am going to start with Mr. Adewale. Can you please talk about the topic for 10 minutes, please? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And to say thank you for having me, and thank you for believing in us to do justice to the topic, benefit of insurance for SME. I believe in Nigeria, a lot of SME should have insurance because insurance is not just a topic we'll just discuss and we won't have a broader knowledge of what it entails and what the policy holders or who are buying things to enjoy. And first of all, I'll start with from our own perspective, insurance means peace of mind. Peace of mind in terms of it provide the SME with peace of mind that their goods or whatever they invested their money with is protected. And also it enhances credibility and reputation for them because as a customer, if I'm aware that the person I'm dealing with has insured his goods and there won't be any form of damage to the partnership in terms of property damage when you are partnering with somebody and they didn't actually take insurance into consideration when you are starting a business. So it's very important. And what are the benefits to the SME themselves? We have employee protection because it provides protection for the employee, including for the employee in total, including the owners of the business. And what are the insurances they will buy? It is a workman. Sometimes we call it workers' compensation or we call it group life. And these two insurance policies covered are statutory. Is managed, is regulated. So it is a must for all SME. So far, you have minimum of 10 workers working under you. They must be protected. So that gives assurance to people even coming to work with you that, oh, if I work with Mr. A, I think working with them really, I think my life is insured. I can work and leave the hassle of thinking that if anything happened to me, the people that benefit from the effort and which is the beneficiary have rest assured that they can be compensated after something happened to us. It also increased confidence and competitiveness among people to know that this particular SME, this particular company has all what it takes to run in Nigeria, because we all know the financial loss that arises from you not insuring your property. And as an SME person, it should be part of your plan when you are setting up any business in Nigeria, because we never can tell. Because in fact, insurance is meant to cater for unforeseen circumstances, and is also meant to return you back to where you start from. And for any reasonable or wise SME person should know that should come first when you're setting up anything. We have many things that you can benefit. We have business continuity and resilience. Insurance enhances business resilience and adaptability, ensuring SME can recover from setback. What are the setbacks? I just mentioned, for example, during NSAS, we have so many small, medium scale enterprise owners that actually lost their businesses to that event just because of their negligence to insurance. And it was an eye opener. It's even a selling point for most insurance marketers that they refer to that incident that you need this in case of theft, in case of burglary, in case of fire. There are so many fires that have happened this year that we know that the recovery rate will be minimal, and also depending on how the person who owns the business does he even actually insure his business in the first place. In the case of maybe you are now trying to file for claims, and also we have compliance and regulatory. Ordinarily, before you can even set up your business and everything, I see most businesses now. First thing they will ask you is, do you have insurance? Do you have everything? It must be pasted either in front of your front desk office or so. It must be available when they ask for it. You cannot ask for God. You cannot ask for even loans these days. They will ask you for insurance. So you cannot quantify the benefit of insurance to SME provider, because apart from you not even knowing that there is also risk involved on a daily basis to you or your workers, you must know that this thing can happen. Your neighbor can even incur the loss. So fire can start from anywhere. And if you are in that lane, you are the only thing that can save you is your insurance that you bought. And we just want to make sure that this awareness go around to everybody, because as we speak now, the penetration is still below 1%. And it's just sad for a country that we know that insurance is very important. People don't pay attention to it. Even when you reach out to them, they will tell you reason why they don't want to do it. But it's important for this kind of program to show that we preach to everybody, because you as a person, you have to benefit when you are setting up your business. Your life cover is there, your properties. We should look at the financial implication of how you set up a business. You should not take away insurance, because when it happens, it will. What we can only tell you as a public is to send you condolence message, tell you sorry. But when you have it, the first thing that comes to your mind is to file for claim if you have a genuine insurance, because it's even very important for you to have a genuine insurance document, not just having it, but it must be a genuine, and also you must also have it with a reputable firm. That when you file for claims, they come to your rescue under 24 hours. And before you know it, in the space of 72 or 36 hours, you're already processing your claim. And that alone will give everybody who wants to deal with you that that particular person is actually ready to do business. And we all know the stability insurance brings to all businesses in Nigeria, even to people that own home owners, house owners, or people who are even renting an apartment. If you insure your property, you are less concerned about any hazard that can happen. So whatever we want to say, it insurance is just for everybody. And to me, the real meaning of insurance is peace of mind. And once you have peace of mind, I think you can do business with ease without having the heartache of what will happen. So people, in fact, insurance has catered, as we speak now, the rate at which insurance help people this is that it will manage everything concerning your business. You can do, if you are taking a loan, you have insurance for it. If you are traveling abroad, there's insurance for it. You are taking a mortgage, there's insurance for it. Whatever you are doing in Nigeria now, there's insurance for everything that will take care of every unforeseen circumstances that can arise in the course of you running a business. So I will not say much. Let me allow the audience to ask that question, because if I continue, I can spend the whole day telling you the importance of insurance and what people tend to get. But all I can say is that as an SME, that to round it up, these are the key things you enjoy having an insurance in your business: risk management mitigation, financial protection and stability, business continuity and resilience, and it also increase confidence and competitiveness, compliance with regulatory requirements, protection of assets, employee protection, business growth and expansion. It enhances credibility and reputation. Also, the last one that I've been preaching since, it gives you peace of mind. And that is the top of the icing to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dewale. I really learned a lot. I like the fact that you said insurance gives you peace of mind. Insurance is peace of mind. Thank you so much. So I have like a little experience when the Lagos incidents happened at Lagos Island. So I have the clients. I have a friend that has a shop there, and apparently she didn't insure her business. So she lost a whole lot. I think that was what prompted us to have this topic, the benefit of insurance for SMEs. So because a lot of SMEs don't really know the essence of this insurance. Thank you so much for doing justice to this topic. So right now, I'm going to call on Madam Abimbola to please talk on this topic for 10 minutes.
Thank you very much, Esther. Salah has said so much. It was actually very interesting listening to him. And I'm bringing a view, a perspective from the finance angle or from the financial institution angle. So Nigeria is such a huge company with country with a huge economy, and we find out that SMEs are the lifeblood of our economy right now. If you look at it critically, we have SMEs forming up to 48% of the contribution up to 48% of the GDP of Nigeria, and they're large scale employers of labor, with about 84% of the labor force being employed by SME. But like Salau said, you find out that most of them have, less than 1% of them have insurance in place, because Nigerians are usually very wary about anything that concerns, spending money and engaging themselves. And they do not realize that it's not anybody's benefit in the long run. It's actually for your own good. So this is also something that the federal government has also been very passionate about, creating awareness and ensuring that there is more uptake of insurance in the society at large. So I'm going to speak from the perspective of a finance company, which I am. I work with Fast Credit Finance Company Limited, and we are into SME lending. So one thing you can never take away, one recurring issue in business really, is the issue of funding and security. If you're a business person, you can't run away from those two things. You're either going to need someone to borrow you money at some point, either to expand your business, to take care of your working capital, to take your business to the next level. And then you will need to address security, which is a major issue here in Nigeria. If you're an SME business owner in Nigeria, you are not a stranger to the challenges of accessing finance and managing the risk that you're likely to encounter in the process of the day-to-day of your business. And unfortunately, our people are not vested, or they are yet to fully trust in insurance in this part of the world, even though data has shown that it is readily available. So already we have on this fall, we have at least two insurance companies who are, very good at what they do. And you and I, off the top of our head, we can come up with at least 10 insurance companies or one company or the other that is involved in insurance. And yet Nigerians are still hesitant to insure their business. Now, I was talking about SME lending, basically. As an SME, you're likely going to need funds to expand your business at some point or the other. Salah mentioned it that when we are reviewing SMEs for lending, one of the things that we look at is, do you have insurance in place? Because that is when we know that you have been, serious with your business and you are the kind of partner that we want to take on. We expect that SMEs will practically take up insurance themselves, because, there could be a fire outbreak, burglary, death, and due to lack of insurance or proper insurance cover, you find out that a lot of businesses go out of business because they don't have this in place. Now, you cannot take a loan in Nigeria. You cannot get funding if you don't have insurance. We will also provide insurance on whatever facility that we're going to give to you. But we also expect that you have also done that preliminary work of protecting yourself, protecting your business, protecting your staff and employees from financial loss in exchange for a fee, which when you look at the bigger picture, it's actually marginal, the value that you get from the insurance that you have put in place. So now there are different types of insurance. There's life insurance, there's property insurance, there's fire, burglary, But all of these act as a safety net for you as an SME, especially when you lend. And, we at Fast Credit Finance Company Limited, we are passionate about lending. One, we're a duly CBN licensed financial company. And it is also one of the regulations that you're going to get from any bank or financial institution that you talk to, that you have to have finance in place. So we are passionate about ethical funding to SMEs and with the requisite, insurance banking. So we have so many products. Our products cut across, buy now, pay later, travel now, pay later, rent now, pay later, study now, pay later. We do public sector lending, we do private sector lending. But what we are really gung-ho about, let me use that word, is SME financing. Because like I said earlier, SMEs are really the lifeblood of any economy that we are looking at. And we're always on the lookout for the best opportunities to serve our clientele best. So, you can you can make inquiries on our website, ask for, details on our lending, and you'll find out that we will not talk about anything with you without bringing insurance first because it gives you an advantage. SME lending cannot work without insurance because why? What are the benefits of insurance really? It's going to mitigate risk for you. As a business owner, you're a trader, you're into manufacturing, you're into logistics, transportation, whatever the case may be. You can never completely ameliorate risk. But if you put insurance in place, you find out that the hit that you take is reduced. Again, for lending, you find out that when you have insurance-backed loans, your business is protected from unforeseen events. Having insurance in place also ensures business continuity. It ensures that your business can continue to operate even when there's been a challenge. You have taken a loan, you find yourself defaulting, you encounter some challenges. Sometimes you have a turnaround time that you expect a transaction. Maybe you have inventory, you want to sell your inventory, and you expect that I'm going to sell it down in 90 days. And then it doesn't happen that way, and you start to miss some repayments. Next thing, some bank or some financial institution starts to break down your neck. But if you have, insurance in place, you find out that those kind of things are actually sorted. Is a safety net, is a protection for you. Again, if you have insurance in place, it helps your presentations, your requests. It helps your profile as an organization, or as an institution, or as a business, as a venture, as a sole proprietor. It gives you access to finance, which you would ordinarily not get if you do not have a proper insurance system in place. And insurance enhances your credibility. Organizations start to take you serious. They know that, you are serious about your business. It demonstrates your commitment to responsible business practices. It demonstrates your character. It demonstrates that you are the kind of business that we want to do. We want to partner with and take your business, help you take your business to the next level. So Nigerians really need to shy away from that idea that insurance is money that is going down the drain. A couple of weeks ago, I was with one of my customers at trade fair, and he was telling me about, he has a warehouse, and then it caught fire and he lost goods of over 500 million naira. And he did not have insurance, so he had to literally go back to square one. Fortunately for him, he had multiple warehouses. He's into furniture business. He brings in furniture from Turkey, from Egypt, and all of that. And imagine going from having two major warehouses and a showroom to having just one major warehouse. He was practically at rock bottom. But if you had insurance, if you had insured the goods, if you had insured the building, you wouldn't be having that conversation. And of course, he was now back. He had no choice but to take loans from loan sharks at Shylock rates, and which further worsened the situation where he found himself. And so at the end of the day, you think that you are doing yourself a favor, you think you are saving money, but by the time the risk crystallizes, everything just becomes a different kettle of fish. So it's best that you have insurance in place. One, it's also important that when you are taking a loan or you're taking financing of any sort, you ensure that you go to a credible financial institution that have, investments, yes, lending, yes, but in all of this, you are protected. There's an insurance angle to what the services that we render to you. So if you're going to come to an organization such as mine, we offer you insurance coverage as part of the lending that we give to you. We have competitive interest rates. We have flexible repayment terms. We even cater for your investment needs. So I can assure you that there's no product or service that we're going to render to you that will not have insurance packaged or bundled with it. And you can go to sleep. You can have peace. Like you and Salah mentioned earlier, you can actually have that peace of mind. Again, having insurance in place helps you to be a credit-worthy business because, it demonstrates credit-worthiness to lenders, to potential partners, to potential traders. We have a lot of Nigerian SMEs now that are doing big things, partnering with companies in China, in Vietnam, and they're going to ask you for your CAC, they're going to ask you for your sun cap and all of that. And then eventually you're going to get to that conversation. Do you have insurance in place? And you find out that more often than not, there is no insurance. So if you want to put your business in the right position to expand, to grow, to be credible, to be credit worthy, to be financially strong, you cannot escape insurance and funding. And it's a protection really for you, and it's a risk mitigant. Thank you. Sorry, Esther, it seems you're muted.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Bimbola. I've learned quite a lot. I just learned that if you don't have insurance, you cannot get a loan. So I'm hearing this for the first time. I thought you could just walk to any loan company and get loan, but I think our SMEs, they are learning a whole lot. And the fact that you have a whole lot of loan benefits for our SMEs, I'm sure they are very, very interested. One thing I realize is I think insurance companies are not creating a lot of awareness for these SMEs. And that's why SMEs find it difficult to insure their companies, insure their goods, because with the recent outrage of fire outbreak we are experiencing right now, it is very important for SMEs to insure their businesses. And I hope SMEs, you are all learning from this. Thank you so much, Mr. Abimbola, once again. I have some questions for you, but I'll come back to you later. So, Mr. Bankole, over to you. Let's hear your take on the benefit of insurance for SMEs.
All right, thank you very much, Esther. So my friend, my brother, my professional colleague, Adewale, has said a whole lot about insurance. Our finance expert has said much more. I would not like to rehash everything they have said, but there's something I'd like to add to all they have said. Insurance gives you peace of mind, yes, but above all, apart from it giving you easier access to funds, to lending, insurance actually helps you protect your profits. I am sure for everybody who does business, if you're in the SME space, your primary concern is how to protect your profit. How do I keep this profit going and increasing? Insurance helps you protect that profit in the way and manner that you might before now not see in that light. And I will explain. SMEs actually are the lifeblood of the Nigerian economy, especially the private sector, right? Over 80% of employers in the private sector are SMEs. So have you wondered how the value of the value insurance brings to your business actually ties to profit making? Let's say, for example, you deal in transporting goods from anywhere in the country to Lagos. One of the ways you could actually run into debt is if your goods, while they are in transit, actually get into some kind of accident or disarray. So what do you do in that instance? You try to run around, try to get police report, try to secure those goods in that particular location, for example, so that boys, as we call them, don't, you know what I mean? Um, Insurance has a vehicle, a mechanism that actually helps to protect that kind of incident. It is called goods in transit, right? I would like to go really practice. It's called goods in transit. What goods in transit does is that from the warehouse to warehouse, that means from where you are taking it to where you are delivering it to, it helps you cover any mishap that might happen on the road. We see trailers all over the express just getting traded with goods all over the floor, and then you begin to tell yourself, they say this person don't enter them. But with insurance, you protect that profit. No matter what happens to those goods from warehouse to warehouse, you are protected. That is protecting your profit. A lot of SMEs will tell you that the challenge they have is in terms of employee dishonesty. So you find employees cooking the books and doing all sorts of funny attitude to actually eat into your profit margin. So there's an insurance in place for that. I am very sure a lot of people do not realize there's what we call fidelity guarantee. So what that means, it helps you protect you from unscrupulous employees, right? That's again protecting your profits. Apart from fidelity guarantee, again, Adewale actually mentioned it in passing. See, we have seen it in this part of the world. When a company that is not adequately invested in insurance, maybe a member of staff dies, what is the first thing they do? Everybody comes together to begin to raise money, maybe for the partner or for the family. Say, he was a good man. No, yeah. They contribute money to give to that family. Sometimes the company dips their hand into their pocket to actually add to whatever the members of staff contribute. There is what is actually a compulsory insurance called group life insurance. Any company that has more than 5 and above employees is by right, by law, supposed to have what we call group life cover. An SME by definition has 10 to 199 employees. So if you're an SME owner here, you do not have group life. One, you are breaking the law, you are running foul of the law. Then two, you are shortchanging yourself because life must always happen. People will say, life will not happen to me. I do Hallelujah challenge every midnight. Okay, God forbid. So if God forbid, so it is not my portion. Whose portion? Esther, is it your portion? Is it your portion, Adiola? So whose portion? But then it is some people's portion. It will always happen. Things happen every day and every time.
Nature.
It does not matter whatever your level of spirituality, it does not matter whatever your level of belief, life must always happen. So insurance is that thing you put in place to institutionalize that protection that you seek. You may say, I have an uncle who is well to do now. If anything happens to me, I'll go meet Uncle Adewale who sought me 2 million naira. My business will bounce back. What if you go meet him at the point where he is at his financial low? So what happens? You begin to say he's a bad uncle. He's not been doing well, blah, 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 blah. So what insurance gives you is to institutionalize that protection that you sorely need. It means that whatever happens, you don't need to go meet any individual and be subject to their situation or their whims and caprices. You are protected by default. That's what insurance. So for anybody who runs an SME, one of the first things you should consider is to put this specific insurance in place. And if you have a business premises, shout out to my people in Lagos Island. You need to see the way these guys literally build their shop and arrange their ways to overlap each other. They are serious fire hazards. We all know that. So why are you not taking a portion of your total possible profit to insure those businesses? And let me shock you, some of the cost of insuring some of those their businesses might not be worth to the amount some of these people sell very quality lace material 5 years. It is very interesting, but people don't see it that way. They think insurance is a lot of money. No, because it is a promise. So what is insurance? I like to tell you that insurance is simply a promise. I promise you, Adewale and Sons, that if anything happens to your business, like fire, like water, like theft, like this, to make sure that everything that is stolen or lost is given back to you to the financial amount we have agreed. That is insurance. So it's almost like you protecting your risk. They say insurance is risk management. It is not chance. You know, when you say something is about chance, that is betting. When you say chance, it could be positive or negative. But risk is almost always associated with negative, right? So what insurance does is to help you protect the possibility of negativity. You are not supposed to have insurance and at the end of the day suffer a loss and you still feel at loss after insurance has affected. What do I mean? Insurance is supposed to restore you. Do you have one car before? Something happened to that your truck that you used to deliver. It was an accident, the truck is worth 4 million naira, you've insured it. Insurance is supposed to restore you to the tune of that 4 million naira truck, right? So it is a restorer. It is not something that you benefit from. You can't have a 4 million naira truck and want to come and claim for 10 million. Insurance doesn't work like that. The whole idea is just take me back to the level I was before this disaster happened. That is insurance. So for me, benefit for SMEs, the number one and the most critical is to protect your profit. So you know that if anything happens, that my profit where they make, nothing is lost. We talk about business continuity. We talk about business interruption insurance. For people who have all those big generators, you run machineries, and you know that if this machine breaks down today, maybe I used to produce 10 of these products, I'll be able to produce 7. You have lost profit on 3, right? So insurance is supposed to help you recover the loss on those 3. So it takes you back to that particular situation that you are supposed to be. And I cannot overemphasize group life insurance too much because it is not just legal, it is actually moral too. Moral in the sense that you have employees, they are human beings. Some of them take bikes to their respective homes. What if they are on a bike and they break their leg and they can't come to the office? Or you lose the benefit of that person's productivity, then of course you lose your peace of mind in a way because this person, now what do we do? Yeah, go and greet him at home, raise money, buy this, buy that. But with group life insurance, you have protection for even temporary disability. You're able to recoup some of the money. And if the person is permanently disabled, there is something for them. So insurance is not a far-fetched, it's not that highfalutin word that you begin to throw around just because you want to make money. Insurance is that thing that you invest in, that you involve yourself in because you want to protect the money you are making. It is very important. It's very important because if all of us are able to guarantee return of our investment, it is very, very, very important that we can now begin to build on that to talk about return on investment. There are two different things. I put 10 naira in a business. I don't want the money to even go down. So minimum my 10 naira gets back. And that's return of investment. But return on investment is every percentage that you make on that 10 naira. So if you can guarantee return on investment first as the baseline for an SMEs, then you are in business because it means that you would break even no matter what. So what insurance does for you is help you protect your profit. And in addition to what everybody has said, I would like you to keep that at the back of your mind. Do you want to sustain that profit? Do you want to maintain that profit? Insurance is what you need to look into. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bankole. I've seen news from another angle. return on investment is different from return on investment. Thank you so much. I have some questions for you, but I'll come back to you. So, Miss Adiola, can we have your take on this topic? 10
All
minutes,
right.
the floor is yours.
All right. So I agree with everything that all the speakers that have spoken before me have said, and I would like to take it from a different angle. And the first thing I would say is insurance is not a nice to have, it is a must have. So a few years ago, I worked with a client who lost like an entire warehouse to fire. You know, some of the speakers have spoken about how fire is such a threat, and they had insurance actually, and they had the documents, they even had backups, but they did not have a system. And no, there was basically no operational intelligence behind their protection. So fine, you have insurance right now, yeah. And how do you go about making sure that there's a system of intelligence, of operational intelligence to the insurance that you have? So when that fire happened, what they really lost was not the building that they had, it was their time, their coordination and clarity. Everyone was basically reacting. No one was predicting. And that was when I realized that there's a huge difference between having protection and being prepared, because that moment shifted my entire perspective. To me, insurance is not just a policy. It's not just something that you need to, that is nice to have. It is a pillar of operational intelligence. It is the bridge between risk mitigation and business immortality. Because like I said earlier, I am all about building businesses that live forever. So traditionally, we've treated insurance like a safety net, you know, something that you fall into after life happens. And just like the previous speaker said, that's Mr. Bankole, but in today's world, that is not enough, because the smartest businesses are not waiting for impact. They are engineering resilience. The truth is that there will always be risks. There will always be things, accidents that will happen. You have to engineer resilience into your system, into your business systems. So the smartest businesses are using insurance. They're using insurance data, their claims history and policy structures as inputs into their operational systems. So that's why I call, or that's what I call operational intelligence, which is building systems that are 90% predictive and proactive and only 10% reactive. Now, this is not just theory. It sounds like theory. Like, what do you mean by 90% predictive and proactive and only 10% reactive? Research supports this shift. It's not just theory. According to the IFC, SMEs with structured operational systems are 43% more likely to access growth funding, right? And why? Because investors and insurers trust order. My fellow speakers have spoken about how having insurance is also a way, is necessary for you to get funding, right? So it's not just a nice to have. Basically, they trust structure and they trust businesses that think ahead. And again, PwC found that digitally mature SMEs that embed intelligence into their daily systems, it's not just something that you do once in a while, it's a daily thing, recover from any disruption 2.4 times faster. So that's what happens basically when insurance is not treated as a fallback. It's not something that is a nice to have. But when it is treated as a feedback loop for smarter operations. And here's how I see it. Insurance is one of the most underutilized sources of operational data in any business, even especially in Nigeria, right? Every claim you file tells you something about your process. Every renewal points you to patterns in your business, and every risk assessment is actually a business intelligence report in disguise. So you can predict risks and not just react to them. You can refine your systems before any disruption happens. And in fact, McKinsey in 2024, the 2024 SME risk report revealed that when small and medium-sized businesses use predictive analytics in their insurance and risk operations, they can reduce their claim costs by up to 30%. And that's not an incremental gain. That's basically transformation, if you ask me. It is proof that intelligence doesn't just replace insurance, it amplifies it, basically. So when I work with SMEs, I never ask them, do you have insurance? That's a basic question, if you ask me. I ask them, how does your insurance strategy connect with your operations, with your data, and your decision-making rhythms? Because that's where the gaps and opportunities usually hide. For instance, are your insurance policies designed around how your processes actually work, or is just around your assets? Do your claims do your claims data inform your preventive maintenance or your employee training strategies? And do your renewal and review cycles align with your operational review timelines? And this is basically what separates companies that survive disruption from those that go through it. Because when insurance becomes a part of your operational rhythm, it stops being an expense. It's no longer a nice to have. It stops being an expense, and it becomes an enabler of your business. So disruption is no longer an event. Yeah, Mr. Bankole has reiterated that and spoken about that a lot. It is the new normal. It's a rhythm of modern business. There are disruptions everywhere. And the question is not if it will happen. It is how intelligently structured are you to absorb it as a business. And insurance on its own is very essential. But when you now embed it into your DNA, like the DNA of your operations, when it becomes part of your data, part of your decision-making, part of your design, that's when your business stops reacting and your business is proactive and starts evolving. So yes, insurance protects, and then there's another layer that you should add, which is intelligent to preserve. So because in my own world, intelligence is the new insurance, basically. And that's why that's what I basically build for organizations, systems that think and adapt. And when others fall, you are still standing. So that's how I basically build businesses that live forever. Yeah. So thank you.
Miss Adiola, it was nice having you. I've heard a lot, and I like the fact that you came in from another angle. So I like the fact that every speaker has had different angles to this particular topic, and I hope our SMEs watching, they are learning a lot, and even when they come back to watch this, they are learning one or two things from it. Thank you so much, Ms. Adiola. It was nice having you. So before we dive into the questions, we actually have a sponsor for this month edition, and our sponsor is no other than Fast Credit. And I would like to say, Miss Abimbola, can you hear me? Miss Abimbola?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so please, you have the floor to talk about the different loans, the different things you offer to SMEs, and how they can contact and reach you, because I definitely know that a lot of SMEs, they need this loan to grow their businesses. So please, the floor is yours.
Okay,
so after that, we'll be going into questions and answers.
Yes. Thank you so very much. Like I mentioned, we at Fast Credit, we are a finance house duly licensed by Central Bank of Nigeria. We have 8 branches across the Federation. We've been in existence for over 11 years now. So we are proud of what we've done so far. And we have a focus right now, and our focus are SMEs. Now, as part of our quest to serve SMEs, we have drawn up products that are unique and able to serve SMEs and meet their needs, both as it pertains to their business and also for their personal lives. So for instance, our most recent partnership is with the Bank of Industry, and we have come up with a product where we are able to lend to SMEs at a rate that you probably cannot get anywhere else in Nigeria. We are giving out SME loans at 9% per annum. That comes to about 0.75% a month, which, like I said, it is part of our commitment to empowering SMEs and providing business support. If you go to a commercial bank now, All loans in Nigeria are double digits. I'm sure you agree with me. And you have loans going as far as high as 28, 29, 30% month. And we are offering loans for SMEs. Now, our SME lending is dependent on the size. We offer loans to medium, small, and micro companies, as SMEs, the name implies. We offer loans at 0.75%. For the higher end of our loans still come at a fairly reasonable rate, which is at 4%. We do transactions between 1 million up to 100 million, depending on your line of business. Our focus is widespread. So depending on the business that you bring to fore, we are able to provide you support. So we do trading, manufacturing, services, and all across all the business facets available in Nigeria. Again, I've mentioned that we are only into insurance-backed lending. We are into ethical lending. So there's nobody that's going to come and harass you and terrorize you. And as implied by our name, our services are very fast. We pride ourselves actually on being able to receive a request and push it through in the most efficient way possible. Now, beyond lending, we also like to support our partners. So we also provide, support, trainings, educational systems. Part of what we do is for companies that are not yet registered. We provide some services where we could give you the right direction and support that you would need to make your company duly registered. And our head office is located at Motorway Center, Alausa, Lagos. We also have a branch office in Ikoyi, that's at Ikoyi Plaza, off Awolowo Road, that's on Kefi. We have branches in Lagos, Oyo State, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and across several states of the Federation. I can assure you that the products that you can get at Fast Credit also go beyond lending and beyond SME. So we are strong when it comes to investment also. And again, I can comfortably and confidently say that the investments that we do are at rates higher than what you can get at the commercial banks. So you tend to get more bang for your buck. We have interest rates from up 10% into the higher echelons, depending on the amount you are investing and the tenor of the loan that you want to take. Now, our lending products is not just for SMEs alone. We have buy now, pay later, where you can use to acquire assets, be it fixed assets or a television, an air conditioner for your business, whatever it is that you want to do, we are able to fund it for you. Beyond the buy now, pay later, we also have our travel now, pay later, where you're going on a holiday, you need to put some funds in place to secure a ticket. Yes, we do lending and we're able to take care of that for you as well. We have rent now, pay later. Renting in apartments in Lagos or even in Abuja right now comes so expensively priced. People might not be ready to take up the financial responsibilities of an apartment or a building or an office complex, or even just see an opportunity to buy a shop somewhere. I keep making reference to our trader customers in Lagos. We've had customers that have had a sudden need to acquire a shop or a warehouse, and we've been able to step in and provide the funding that they require at affordable rates and in the shortest possible time. So yes, we have rent now, pay later. We do public sector funding, we do private sector lending as well. So if you are an employee of an organization, or if you are a member of the civil service in Nigeria, we also have loan products available to you. So bottom line is that our services range across lending and investments. And either way, either of them, we are strong and we provide the best service possible. So like I mentioned, our head office is our Motorway Center at Alausa, Lagos, just on the off the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Our website is www.fastcredit-ng.com. If you want to indicate interest in our SME lending, then you can send us a notification at www.fastcredit-ng.com/loan/SME, or you can call us on 0913-709-5376. I'm the divisional head SME banking, so you can also reach me directly on my mobile number, which is 0803 408 3346. And our products, our products offer support for your business to protect you, to ensure that you can have business continuity. Your products can be available to you. You are protected against default. You have financial stability. We enhance your credit worthiness. We help you to mitigate risk. We support your business expansion and other things. And we keep on coming back to the fact that you get a peace of mind concerning what you are doing and what you are chasing. So Fast Credit is that partner that you want with you on the journey to expanding your business and taking your business to the next level. We have a mobile app where you can also open an account, have a wallet, invest in our target savings products. So we have savings and investment products, and this you can download our mobile app from the Play Store or the iOS store, and log on and have a fantastic experience. Like I said, we've been around for 11 years. We love what we do. We are very good at what we do. We also love giving back to the community. So part of what we have up our sleeve is that we have a scholarship program which we do for the children of the people that learned from us. So right now we have a scholarship scheme ongoing for the children of the Nigerian Police Force officers, and we give a scholarship of 250,000 naira to 40 students. And we did it last year. We've just concluded the one for this year. We'll be going live with our results very soon. So believe me, Fast Credit is that partner that you want to have in your books, be it if you're a public sector lender, a private sector person, an SME business, or just a corporate that wants the support, the necessary support. Thank you, Esther.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bimbola. Thank you to your team. You guys are doing a fantastic job. I think I know the one I'm interested in. Travel now, pay later. I want that loan.
Thank you so much. To hear from you then.
Of course, I definitely will. So you can as well just drop your numbers on the chat box so that when people come back, they can see the way they need to contact you, your email, the WhatsApp number, the company's number, anything they can use to contact you, because it will be very useful to them. Thank you so much. So right now, we're just going to go into the session of questions and answers. And in no particular order, I'm going to be asking these questions. So we've talked about different angles of SMEs, and we said there are different types of insurance. And so how can SMEs choose the right insurance? How can SMEs choose the right insurance provider and policy for their needs, like for their businesses? How do they know the right insurance to choose? How do they know which one is better for them and which one is more profitable for their business? So in no particular order, I'm going to be starting with Ms. Adeola. Ms. Adeola, can you hear me? All right,
yes,
thank you.
I can hear you. Okay, so based on my own perspective, the smartest way is not just to look for the cheapest premium, because I know everybody's always about, what's the cheapest premium? It's basically to look for alignment. And what I mean by alignment is your insurance provider should understand your business model, your operational rhythm, and your risk exposure points, because it's basically a partnership. It is not a transaction. And in operational intelligence, we call that a systemic fit. For example, a business with strong data systems and preventive controls should negotiate for a proactive proactive coverage incentives, because their risk profile is smarter, not riskier. And I talked about the IFC earlier, the SMEs with structured operational systems are 43% more likely to access better financial products, and insurance is included in this because they are seen as intelligent risks, basically. So I would say pick a provider who understands your intelligence and not just your industry.
Thank you so much. Pick a provider who understands your intelligence and not just your industry. I like that. SMEs, I hope you're taking note of that. Mr. Adewale, can you please do justice to the question?
Okay, thank you so much. In insurance, I believe that for any SME or any service provider, for us in Coronation, we don't just sell insurance. We identify our customers' need. We try to get what they do, and we check the visibility of their business, and how do we come in terms of risk management. Because what insurance simply means, you transferring the risk of your business to us. So if you sell paint, definitely we know that you need to take burglary and theft, because you might end up having a full warehouse, and how do you manage the risk involved? You should make sure that you put a burglary and theft in place in case you have funny employee who will cut away with few paints. And what if in case of burglary at night, people coming into your warehouse and also cut it away? Then the third one you need to take is fire, because those particular products are chemical in nature, and once the fire starts, it is called total loss, because it's chemical, it will be difficult for you to manage the hazard. So for anybody who go into that kind of business, we know what we advise them to take. We do a combined all risk for them. So inside that combined all risk, you have fire, burglary, theft, any associated risk that can come into play and send you back to total loss. That is what we advise you. And for those who are into importation, we advise them to take marine. And all these things we are mentioning, for example, marine is statutory also, because it's very important for anybody who's into importation. It's part of your documentation. They will check at the port before they can even clear your good that you have marine. So you'll have done that before the goods get into the country. And for those who sell cars, they take fire. For those homeowners, like for property owners in Nigeria, and I'm liking what the regulatory body is doing recently, making third-party compulsory for motorists, making property insurance compulsory for landlords, because we have seen in the past whereby when there's a fire incident, the landlord will move on. What about the tenant? Tenant in the long run at the receiving end. There may be somebody who just started his life, and upon moving into your apartment, there's a fire outbreak, and then the person have to go back to village. But that is why we are in business also, to advise people, advise business owners to always make sure that they have insurance in place. Like you said in your previous statement, that the awareness. So we are doing much of our awareness in Coronation. It's all over our website. We do a lot of podcasts. We do a lot of webinars. We do a lot of radio programs to make sure that we sensitize our customers to know that you need insurance. You need insurance in all ramifications. You need insurance for life. You need insurance for property. In fact, insurance is what you need as your daily activity. You need insurance in everything you do. And for those who think that because I don't have insurance, what will happen? You need insurance, because in Nigeria, because we're a religious country, most people are covered with the blood of Jesus, and then they will tell you, "Don't worry, I will pray over it." You need insurance because we have a lot of insurance that people can even take in. Educational insurance policy in terms of life, investment insurance policy, we have them. A lot of insurance products that people can buy. All we just need to do is to identify the customer need. Oh, this person is actually talking towards child educational plan. Okay, I think we need to advise him on how to plan around that, the duration, the frequency of payment. Oh, this customer is talking about group life for his workers. We know how to do that and make sure we advise you properly. Is the person talking about personal life insurance, we call it individual life insurance in Coronation? We know how to advise you. And when it comes to property, goods in transit, all those kind of insurance, we know, even travel insurance. And mind you, people don't know that we buy insurance unknowingly in Nigeria just because we felt it's a documentation requirement. E.g., you are processing a visa. In your visa requirement, your travel agency person has already helped you to open a travel insurance policy for you. You don't know, but you are just paying. It is when you're not going, this travel insurance. But we ordinarily, if we market you that, you say, I don't need it now, but you pay to an agent that will reach out to us on your behalf also. So people need to know that insurance is part of their daily routine. Is what they need to do. We have micro insurance that people can key into, and the premiums are so cheap, affordable. Nigerians need to know that insurance is affordable. It's not expensive. You just need to know, you need to buy insurance according to your risk appetite. So that's what I wanted to say to the question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Dewale. You've done justice to the question. So, Mr. Bimbola, can you please answer the question for us? Hello,
So
Mr.
your
Bimbola.
question was, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
So your question was
Should I
about,
should I repeat the question?
yes, please.
Okay, I said, I said that how can SMEs choose the right insurance provider and the policy they need for their business?
Okay, so before you can talk about choosing the right insurance provider, you need to do your research. You need to do your homework. You're not just looking for, someone to give you an insurance policy. You need a partner for life, a partner for your business, depending on what you need insured. So one, you need to look at the reputation of the organization that's, the company that you are taking insurance from. Their ratings, their reviews, feedback from others. Look at their financial strengths, because you're not going to go and pick a mom and pop shop insurance company. There are people that will enter the market and be telling you about insurance. Meanwhile, where's their office? You find out that it's probably just another shop inside that market, and you bought a car of 150 million, and then they are now, when it's time to pay, it becomes a problem. You need to look at the premium. Insurance there's not really much room for darkness there. You find out that the rates are about the same across board with minor differences here and there. So the premium should not really be your major motivation, but you have to look at, their claim process, their claim payment history, their support. Again, you look at the kind of insurance that you need. Do you need goods in transit insurance? Are you, a trader, you have a shop in the market? Is it fire insurance that is going to cover you? Do you have a large number of staff? Do you need credit life insurance to ensure that all your staff that travel up and down, or, maybe logistics, there's a lot of activity to make sure that your staff are insured in case of anything, they are protected. And of course, you yourself, you can actually take up life insurance for yourself to safeguard your children, your family, in the case of, an act of God that happens to take your life, or something happens to you, or even you're out of business. You can even insure your job such that if you're out of business or out of work for a while, something comes in for you. And from our aspect, we ensure that our lending customers have insurance in place such that if there's any challenge in the line of them running their business, be it fire, be it burglary, be it loss of life, there's a safety net to ensure that not all parties are protected and we do not lose out. So those are the key factors you need to look at. Who are you going to choose? Why are you choosing them? And what kind of insurance do you need from them?
Thank you so much, Ms. Abimbola. So before, you guys have really spoken on this topic, but I think before choosing the right insurance provider, there are some factors that should be considered while choosing this insurance option. So I'm just going to ask a two-in-one questions, right? So what factors should SME consider when evaluating insurance policy? And how can SMEs ensure they have adequate coverage without overpaying? Because I think one of the reasons why a lot of SMEs still want to go into insurance, have insurance for their businesses, because they feel like they need to pay a lot to have this insurance for their business. And a whole lot of people don't want to lose that money. So I think a typical SME will be thinking like, okay, I'm paying this money every month, but what if nothing happens to me? I'm already losing so much. So what are those factors that SMEs need to consider? What are those factors SMEs needs to consider when evaluating their insurance policy? And how can they ensure they have adequate coverage without overpaying for insurance? So I'm going to start with Mr. Banjo. Hello, Mr. Banjo.
I so thank you very much for that question. So in terms of policy evaluation, the kind of policy an SME should take. So let me shock you by stating that there are over 50 insurance companies in Nigeria, and literally all of us will sell almost the same type of plans, right? It is even almost regulated that the rates, like Abimbola said, all the rates are usually the same. The difference is just the additional you get on. Do you understand? The riders that you get. So that's what makes it different. So that then brings you to beggars the question that is it about the policy or the provider? Right? You asked the question the other time, what do you look out for in insurance, in the kind of provider for you to engage? Abimbola has actually mentioned a lot of it, but I like to summarize because I like to bring my point forward in ways that you could actually remember. So I have the acronym for this. I call it VALID. VALID. Like I said, policies are almost generic in the insurance space, but you have to have this valid point in your head for you to now select the right person to give you the right policy. Number one, V for visibility. See, there are loads of what do I call it? Briefcase insurance companies, I am sorry to say. So visibility means, can you see them? When I say see them, it might not be physical building. Do you go to their social media and see that they are socially active? You could see engagement there. You could see when their app is up and functional. Visibility, how visible are they? Insurance is a promise. Even in marriage is a contract, right? Just like insurance, there is a marriage certificate. That's why you have insurance policy. So you have a certificate from a company that you cannot even see. You don't even know how they look like, what their culture is. It's a problem because again, it is not a tangible product we are selling. We are selling intangibles, and that means there has to be some kind of connection, which is why most insurance sales are done one-on-one. Over 90% of insurance sales are done by somebody talking to somebody or talk to a middleman, called a broker or an agent. So visibility, very important. Number two, accessibility. Accessibility means I'm able to pick up the phone and call them and somebody picks the call, not that I'll be kept on hold for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, nobody's answering me. I'm able to shoot them a DM on Instagram and they're able to respond to me. Not that I'll be there, nobody is saying anything. Are they accessible? You need to have an insurer that is accessible because life happens 24 hours of the day. You don't want an insurer that, okay, because it is Sunday afternoon, they will not respond to my name. Accessibility. Number three, for L, that is local knowledge. See, insurance as a concept itself came from abroad, right? It is not a local thing, but a lot of us are finding a way to localize insurance. That means we look at our local, our local uniqueness. We bring that unique local flavor into insurance. So if your insurance is still talking in languages over your head, then you need to reconsider. You need to think carefully because the local nuances in insurance is very important. Or else we just be talking technical terms in insurance, and insurance is full of technical jargon. So I've spoken about V, visibility, A, accessibility, L, local knowledge. Then I call it intentionally nimble. You can be nimble unintentionally, but an insurer that is able to bend back to satisfy your need. So, like I mentioned, there are lots of technical jargons. There are things we call surrender value. They say your policy has lapsed, all of those jargons that they speak. You need to find an insurer that say, despite regulation or technical jargon saying this policy has lapsed, how do we ensure you still get value one way or the other? That is an insurance that is technically nimble, that is intentionally nimble. They are not doing it because, oh, this person knows the CEO, this person knows my organ. They are doing it because it is their culture to ensure that you derive value come what may. And lastly, which is very important, Abimbola mentioned it too, they have to be distinctly solvent. Solvent means there is time, they have the financial strength, they have the financial wherewithal to be able to attend to your insurance needs at every point in time. So it is not enough for them to be visible. It is not enough for you to be able to access them. It's not enough for them to have local knowledge. It's not enough for them to be intentionally nimble. In fact, they have to be definitely solvent, distinctly so, because if they do not have the financial wherewithal to attend to your risk, there is a problem. So there are a couple of insurers who you could take weeks processing your claims. It is a sign of insolvency. So, right. So when you want to choose a provider, where you need to consider them because the provider is much more important than the policy you have chosen, right? Because a provider that is valid in this instance will always guide you right. A provider that is valid will always ensure that you get the best policy that is best fit for your district. I'm talking about an insurer that is valid. They don't come bigger than Sanlam Allianz. And I do not like to really sell the biggest brand in Africa. The brand sells itself, right? Sanlam Allianz is a measure of the biggest insurer in Africa, Sanlam, and the most recognizable insurance brand in the world, Allianz. Sanlam Allianz is in 27 countries in Africa, and we are in 32 states in Nigeria. There are very few insurers who has these valid
Okay.
credentials
Thank
as
you,
we do.
Mr. Bankole. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Miss Abimbola, can you please do justice to this question? Hello, Miss Abimbola.
Hi, Esther.
Okay, so did you get the question or we have to come back?
No, I got the question, and I was
Okay.
actually very interested in Mr. Bankole's response and his valid acronym,
Valid for,
which
yeah.
yes, so that makes it very easy for the general public to understand what to look out for. And I think he said it all in a nutshell. Yeah, and this I had referred to it when I spoke about it earlier. What to look out for in an insurance company. Then another thing Nigerians make a mistake in doing a lot of times is they look for unscrupulous companies that will undervalue that good for them because they want to pay less. But you find out that by the time it's time for you to cash in your insurance claim, they're only going to pay you a percentage of what you've paid. So if your car is worth 250 million and you got someone to value it for you at 50 million and you paid a premium based on that, by the time you're going to have a claim, they're going to pay you based on that value, not on the actual value of the car. So I agree that yes, you should look for reputable firms who you're going to partner with when you need to put up insurance, either for your SME business or in any other area of your life.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bimbola. Miss Adiola, do you have anything to add to this question?
Okay, yeah. So I'll just take it from the operations layer also. So I tell people like, don't just pick a provider, pick a partner in predictivity. Yeah, I like the acronyms that Mr. Bankole was using. And I also believe that predictivity should also be embedded in it. You want a provider who values data discipline, a provider that values your operational structure and also your proactivity, especially if you're a very proactive business, right? And you have proactivity embedded in your business. So you should ask some questions. You should ask like, do they analyze, like, does this insurance company analyze claim trends to help you prevent future losses? And you should also ask, like, do they integrate data tools with your systems? Like, do their data tools integrate with your own systems? You can also ask if they recognize your efforts to reduce risk through better operations. So these questions tells you who understands the intelligence, which is the operational intelligence of your business, and then who is just selling products. Yeah, so I feel the layer of predictivity is also very important.
Thank you so much, Ms. Adiola. Mr. Adewale, do you have anything to add to the topic?
Yeah, thank you so much. We understand that for every insurer in Nigeria, your strength is your claim, is your ability to pay claim. So we measure the strength from the angle of claim. We measure the strength from the angle of customer experience. We also we measure the strength. We measure the whole thing from the angle of even underwriting process. Because for every insurer in Nigeria, these key things are very important. How flexible are you when it comes to managing your customers' request? Then even when the customer now come on board, what are the things, how do you take them through that customer experience journey to make them feel part of the family is very key. And that is also what we need. And what we call something in claims TAT, which is turnaround time. How fast do you pay claim? If I file for a claim, is it under 24 hours? Is it under 36 hours? Those are the strengths of any insurance company you want to pick in Nigeria. And I can guarantee you that there are few that can handle that. But in Coronation, we manage all those key points. We check those points with our customer. When we onboard them the customer experience journey, we let them know what is happening. Even the claim process is as seamless. We have a portal that we call Claims Portal. Customer can actually file claims by themselves, process the claim, and get value for their claim. We have a retail portal, we have the customer angle, we have the claims angle. So what we are doing here is that we are making insurance very flexible and seamless for customers. And there is no customer that will go through such experience that will not want to come back. Because when you put those things in place, it gives your company edge. It gives customer assurance that, oh, if you go to this place, You don't need to interface with their staff. They have every technology that can handle customer requests on the go. For every application we have in Coronation, we also create customer application. So when we are onboarding you, we share the application with you. The customer can actually handle claims process themselves. They can handle sales process themselves. They can buy themselves, do everything. So those are the things any SME need to check. The strength of the customer, the strength of the company in terms of claim process, the turnaround time, the underwriting process, and the customer experience journey. With that, it's a win-win for both customer and the company they are dealing with. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adewale. Okay, now that you've talked about claims, this leads us to our third question. Yeah. So, what are the common mistakes SMEs please do when they file for claims? So what are the common mistakes SMEs make when filing insurance claims, and how can they avoid them? Because it's inevitable, right? So, since you talked about claim, let's start with you.
All right, thank you. In insurance, that is what we have this statement, or let me say a nomenclature we use that call utmost good fit. When you are starting the partnership with any insurance company or with us, we expect you to declare the worth of your goods. It is what you declare that we are going to use to process your claim. And because trust is also needed when it comes to this kind of business. If you call your property 40 million, at the back of your mind, if the property is 100 million, when you are filing for claim, our claims team will work on the 40 million you declare. So we need customers to be very transparent when they are declaring all these things for us, because it's a business of contract. I'm trying to protect, or I'm trying to cover for a goods of 100 million. Let it be 100 million. But customers these days, they come with, sometimes, in fact, we experience all these things when in the case of motor, when a car worth 40 million, because of premium payment, customer will reduce premium by themselves and say, oh, do you think I should insure the car for 30 million? You know very well that there is inflation in place. The car you bought 12 million today can be 50 million next year. And by the time you have a claim and you are buying that same particular part, you are buying higher, it will make even the proceed of the claim paid to you useless. So SMEs need to be very transparent and be truthful. Because when you are truthful, your insurance will be there. The purpose of that we call ourselves insurance, because we are managing your risk. What we are saying, transfer your risk to us and let us manage it. You just do your business. Let us start as a risk partner. While you are doing that, we want you to be as truthful as possible and be transparent. That alone, you are good to go in insurance. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adewale. Mr. Banjo, please, can you answer the question first? Sorry.
My professional colleague has actually answered the question. The basis of insurance, the principle of insurance itself is utmost good faith. So if you run afoul of that, then everything else falls flat, right? So be honest in your declarations, be honest in your dealings with us. Rest assured that we will always meet you at the point of your honesty. So if you are 70% honest, we will be there 70% for you. And there is no way we will not know this issue, because we have risk assessors, we have people. Insurance are not they are not ghosts. They are you and I. So the average insurer knows how much this thing costs. So if you say it is costing less and they allow you to under-insure, it is at your own detriment. So it is better that you do not run afoul of the principle of utmost good faith. So that's just basically it. Every other thing else rights on that principle of utmost good faith. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Banjo. I've heard of under-insure. What about over-insure? What if I have a property of 10 million? I'm coming to tell you that, oh, my property is 50 million.
So some people do that, but that is actually one of the bases for insurance fraud. And it is illegal, right? It is unlawful. But then again, every insurance company wants its onions, have people who go to assess the risk first.
Yes, okay.
You cannot tell us that your house in Oshobo that we all know is not worth more than 70 million. If we begin to ask you for documents, you need to justify that amount, right? So it is, there are different layers of checks put in place to ensure that the necessary controls in place for you. So if you deliberately over-insure, like I said, the basis for insurance fraud, And I'm not sure any insurance company worth its onion will actually accept such a risk. No, they won't. So we'll always do our due diligence. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Banjo. Miss Adiola, please, can you answer the question for us?
Okay, so as usual, from the operational standpoint, and one of the biggest mistakes I have seen SMEs make when it's not even during the claim, it's before it.
For the
And
claim.
yes, before the claim. And it's that they do not design their operations in a way that supports traceability, data accuracy, or proper documentation. From what the speakers have said previously, all of these things are important. Like that is how you can even make a claim, right? But some businesses or some SMEs don't even put this into consideration at all. Neither do they action it. So when something goes wrong, there's a lot of chaos because there's no audit trail, there's no standardized reporting. Sometimes there's even a poor record of the assets or even the losses. And that's not just an insurance problem. It's basically an operational intelligence gap. So when your business has structured data, has defined processes, you have a proactive record keeping, filing a claim becomes is a systematic event for you. It's not a reactive crisis. So the real advice I would give is that you don't wait until the claim. Right now, if you've actually even, you have insurance right now, don't wait until the claim. Start building systems that make your claims undeniable.
Thank you so much, Ms. Adiola. Ms. Abimbola, please, you have anything to add to this?
No, I do not.
All right, thank you so much. So because today we don't want to waste everyone's time so that everybody can go back to their work. So far, it's been very interesting. It's like, I don't know what to say, but I've learned a whole lot. And thank you to every one of you, because without you, this wouldn't have been possible. So I'll just go over to let every speaker just tell us what's your advice to this SMEs, what they need to put in place, and also because you talked about risk mitigating. So how do this insurance help them to mitigate their risks? Because no one prays for unforeseen circumstances. So as you're answering the question, please also give a final word to our SMEs. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Bimbola, I'm going to start with you. Did you get that?
I'm sorry, Esther, I didn't get you.
Okay, I said before you give us your final parting word to our SMEs, just answer these questions for us. How can insurance help SME mitigate risk and protect their access? Because we talked about insurance as a risk mitigating factor.